And then she looks at me and she sees the tears start to come. And I had to just put her to the side, man. And that was probably one of the most times where I had to let out one of the biggest cries I've ever had in my life.
Damn, bro.
Look at my wrist, look at my wrist, look at my watch, look at my watch, look at my face, look at my face, look at my ice, look at my ice, look at my neck, look at my neck, look at my guap, look at my guap, look at my waist, look at my waist, look at my glock, look at my glock, look at my wrist, look at my wrist, look at my watch, look at my watch, look at my face, look at my face, look at my ice, look at my ice, look at my neck, look at my neck, look at my guap, look at my guap, look at my waist, look at my waist, look at my glock, look at my glock, I be ballin'.
Yo, it was good, everybody. It's your boy B the CEO. Once again, welcome back to the B.O.K podcast. Pretty much overall, what we do here is cover everything that is fatherhood related.
Absolutely.
So as I know, as you know, as we know, well, if you didn't know, you're about to find out. My dog is a father now.
Yeah.
Well, you've been a father.
I've been a father.
I've been a father. For like what? For how many years now?
12 years, man.
For
12 years.
Man.
Yep.
Before we go into detail, tell them who you is, you know where you're from and so on, and we'll go from there.
All right, man. EB Medastin. A lot of people know me as Edwin. You know what I mean?
That's I remember you.
Yeah, a lot of people know me from Edwin if you go to school with me. But, you know, the name is EB Medastin. I got my own alter ego, but I'm from Delray Beach. Born and raised, Caribbean parents. Haiti, man. Proud Haitian. Both of them are Haitian. So I'm born in Pays Blanc, the land of America, but my bloodline is strictly Haitian. I was born in America, born in Boynton Beach, man, but that's the hospital, like everybody else. I wasn't born in Haiti, but so I could manage both. So I'm good.
Man, so but having like Haitian parents though, I mean, how was it growing up with Haitian parents?
Strict.
Yep.
But for me, I kind of get the best of both. Because I have a mother that was l'Evangile, which is a church-going woman. And then I have a dad whose family is incorporated with church, but he's not really a church-goer. Yeah, so I would have to, every Sunday, levez pour aller à l'église, you know?
Tell him.
No, my mom was waking up everybody. Everybody got to go to church. But dad is like, and I'm like, I don't want to go either. Like, I want to do what daddy doing, which is most likely going to be in the garden. You know, I grew up 89 baby. So we were blessed to have a garden and stuff like that. We grew up in a household. I had two parents in the household. So I got to sometimes skip church and hang out with pops and see the gardening and stuff like that. Cause my dad's from Yonkou, Yonkou in Haiti, which they're mostly known for like lalo, spinach and stuff like that. And then my mom is from the city, Port-de-Paix. And but ironically they didn't meet in Haiti, they met over here.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
So they met like, I guess, like in South Florida?
Yeah, they met in South Florida. He actually knew my mom's aunt. And one day he caught my mom walking and then he liked what he saw. And then, future, here I am.
Do you have any siblings? Or is it
Yeah, I got siblings. I got one other brother with the same mother, and then my dad surprised more kids on me as I got older.
More kids?
Yeah, I got two other brothers, two other half brothers. One is here. He's with my dad right now and his new wife, which is his mother. And then I have another half brother in Haiti.
Okay. So have you met the other one in Haiti?
I haven't met the one in Haiti, but I do know my other brother. Shout out to Iverson. That's my other little brother. You know, I love him very much. Even though he's a half brother, I don't treat him as such.
Facts. So you're the oldest one out of everybody?
I am the oldest, so the pressure is on me.
So it's all three boys?
Yes, my dad is only boys.
And then who's the youngest one? Like, that's one?
It would be Iverson, the one that's here right now. Yeah,
he's in South Florida.
He's in South Florida. Yeah, he attends school down here and everything.
And now the one in Haiti. So does your dad go visit him and here and there?
Well, right now with the chaos in Haiti, he can't visit him. However, he does keep in communication with him and making sure that he's safe. They've already moved him somewhere, so he's safe so that way he can do schooling and stuff like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, man, there's like a lot to unpack here, right? So we're gonna unpack a lot.
Okay.
You know, look, we might get a little bit, deep in here, but let's just unpack.
Okay, I'm cool with that.
So first of all, I'm glad that you grew up with both parents. Now, that's very important, because we live in a day and age now where that's not the norm no more.
Absolutely
not. The new norm is being raised with only either one parent or both, but separate households.
Yep.
But you grew up with them, both of them in one household.
Yes.
And a lot of people might not know, but that does a lot to the kid, positive or negative. When you raise in that same household, it enhances your chance of becoming, a great person in life.
Yeah.
Versus the other way around. Mm-hmm. So I'm glad you see. Matter of fact, it shows how, because God knows this man since high school.
Yeah.
I know this for years, right? So since kids. So even way back when you were in high school, you was always cool as hell.
Yeah.
Chill, low back, quiet, vibing, cool with everybody.
Yep.
But that showed because you came from that two household. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
But now, you being in the house, you're the only child until you got older.
Yeah.
So, number one, how was it being the only child? Did you get bored? Did you find things to do? Get in trouble? What?
Well, I was blessed. I was born in Boynton, but we lived in Boynton for a little bit, and then my dad and my mother ended up getting a house in Delray, in the neighborhood Rainbow Homes, right next to Delray State. And I was blessed. I had neighbors that actually had, at the time, it was David, or Ted, Mike, Kent, and Brian wasn't born yet. So it was 3 boys that was next door to me. And then I had another friend on the other side, Jesse. So, and then more people started moving into the community. It was a Haitian community. And I was surrounded by friends at that point in time. I didn't really have a brother yet, but going next door was always like fun, but it was a dreadful thing when I had to leave because I knew I was gonna go home by myself. Yeah, you know what I mean? And I was young, so I couldn't stay there all night. Haitians don't believe in that sleepover shit. Yeah, so I gotta get back home. Yeah. Especially before that street light come on. So I remember how I got my sibling. I asked. And
you asked him.
And I got it. I was blessed.
You was asking for something.
Yeah, because I was jealous. I ain't gonna lie. Yeah. Seeing a family like that, a Haitian family like that, there was boys. Then they were very family oriented. They always had, like, I would say damn near a family reunion every Sunday. They were also Le Evangile family.
Which friend was that?
That's Ted and Mike and them. Yeah. I don't know if some people know them, but they the Paul family. They're very big in church and stuff like that. They would always meet up, them and their cousins and stuff like that. And I used to just envy that because my family would come over, but my uncles didn't really have kids yet at the time. So it was just still me.
Just you by yourself.
Exactly.
And then one thing too with Haitian parents is that they don't play with their kids like the new parents like we do with our kids. Yeah. Like, I'm sure your dad are not playing baseball catch with you. You know what I'm saying? Or
that right there, oh man, nah. Playing catch and stuff, that's the American thing. My dad wasn't doing any of that.
Exactly.
Like I said, I was watching my dad do gade. That was our quality time.
Fact.
Him scraping the ground and stuff like that.
Because in their mind, as long as you're being fed, the light bill is paid, I'm doing my job, that's it. That's me being a father.
Exactly.
Like, not there's nothing wrong with it, but I said it because, like I said, with Haitian parents, the old ones, it is very universal.
Yes.
I know how, because mine was the same way. You know what I mean? So they don't do all that kicking kin with their kids and play around, you know what I mean?
Nah.
So I could see why you did want siblings and did get bored. Right, but now, before we go further though, you said one key thing you want to cover. Okay. You said that, your parents didn't believe in letting kids sleep over.
Yeah.
Looking forward now, I like that because, as you can see, man, like, a lot of things can happen.
Oh, yeah.
Your kids go away.
Oh, yeah.
But you as a father, do you kind of agree with them doing that, or did you let your son sleep over?
I'm still not for the sleepover thing, but the mother of my kids, she's so Americanized that it does occur. But if it does happen, 9 times out of 10, at least when we were together, it was done in our household.
Okay, that's good.
It's just because I know how I'm raised. You know what I mean? And people that know me, like you said, how you know me, people trust me around their kids. They don't even have to, it's not even like a second thing in their mind. They know your kids over here, they're going to be fed. I'm going to play with them. I'm going to treat them well with respect. You know what I mean? They're safe. And but I don't really do that. You know what I mean? I'm not a fan of it. And the way society is now, I don't do it at all anymore.
Describe your pops. What kind of man was your dad growing up from a child's eyes? Yeah, how was he to you?
My dad was an amazing father. He was laid back too. My dad was extremely laid back, resilient. He's a resilient person, stubborn, very stubborn. He's extremely stubborn. But me becoming a father, a parent, I start to see things that my child does and then I end up seeing that I'm doing the same thing my father does, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
It's almost like everything is a mirror in a sense.
I see.
Yeah, so my father was amazing though. He was present, he was there. Haitian father, so there's not a lot of I love you going around. You know what I mean? Not a lot of hugs. This ain't Full House. He wasn't getting any of that.
They don't do that.
No.
Haitian parents don't do that.
Yeah, my father is like you were saying earlier, a father, at least a Caribbean father, sense of love is more so he's fed, he's got clothes, there's a roof. Yep. Job done. That's it. You know what I mean? And if you want something, if it's within the budget, they eventually get it. That's their way of saying I love you.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So you saying that, you know, you as a father now is like a mirror to your father. Mm-hmm. So just like how your father wasn't showing, I guess, not showing you love, but saying I love you. Mm-hmm. So how are you now with your kid? Is it the same thing, the same mirror, or is it like a little bit different?
That's a good question. Man, honestly, I've suffered from it and I've been blessed from it. The reason why I can say that, it benefited me as a father because it showed me things that I want to do to my children that my father didn't do, but it harmed me in a sense because now I'm not showing love and affection to my partner. You know what I mean? Because it's a thin line between how to show that love. And I didn't understand it because the way my father was displaying it.
I see what you're saying. Yeah. So you are able to show that love to your kid, to your son, but since you never received that love as a child, like in that way, it's hard to show that love or say to your spouse or your partner, hey, I love you, because you never...
Well, it's not even that. I'm more so like, and my mother noticed this about me growing up, but I was more so like, if I say I love you, then I mean it. Like I'll die for you and stuff like that. But I had an issue of showing it in a sense, if that makes sense.
I see.
You know what I mean?
Say it, but you just can't show it.
Yeah, like I'll do action. Like the mother of my kids, she said I had certain love languages. I didn't read into that book, unfortunately. I don't know which ones it were, but she did say I had other forms of love languages or whatever the case may be. But I mean, I noticed that when we went our separate ways, that's when you have to do a lot of self-reflection and you gotta go. And then it brought a lot of my past memories up. You know, I used to have long, deep conversations with my mother. And she would tell me things about myself. But one person who's always gonna know you to your core is your mom.
That's fact. Because with the moms, like the dads, they so busy working, make sure the house is not on fire. And all that kind of stuff. They're not looking at all the small details. Versus where your mom, they look into every single detail regarding your emotions.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
So regardless of your mother, you know, you describe how your father was as when you was a child. Now describe your mother. How was she to you as a kid?
My mother was my best friend. Truly, truly was my best friend. Even when I get her mad, I didn't mind because those whoopings were the most softest whoopings I could get in my life. Yeah, if it was a whooping from my mom, that's a breeze.
You eat it up.
Man. There's no putting on extra pants. There's no throwing on extra layers of shirt. It's like, man, this is gonna be a breeze. 3 minutes max. Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah. 3 to 5 minutes maximum. But dad, you know, that's a different story.
And I actually have a bunch of pants.
Oh yeah. Oh my God. And my dad was sadistic with it. He would say, I'll shot shit since you want. So I gotta go get the weapon that I'm about to get abused with. I gotta pick the best belt that he gonna give me the lashing with.
They all the same, bro.
Yeah, man.
The exact same way, bro.
Oh God, man.
Okay. So your mom though, she was more like nurturing, more like, you know, loving, and more. You said legally, she was very into
legally. But my mom was very chill too, though. Even though she was a woman of l'Evangile, man, the reason why I say she was my best friend, I could say anything to her. And it could be vagabond stuff. My mother's the one who actually told me to wrap it up when you have sex. You know what I mean? My mother's the one who brought me my first shaving kit. Like my mom, that woman knew me.
So, okay, you know so you're really close to her.
I was extremely close to her.
Okay. Yeah, and then so now as you got older, I know you mentioned earlier that your dad ended up having more kids. Was that your parents was always together, or did they divorce? Like, I'm trying to find a way to connect. You know
I can explain it to you, man. With Haitians, they don't believe in divorce like how Americans do. So their marriage rate is always gonna look high. Yeah, but that don't mean that they're happy. You know what I mean? They could be under the household. I was blessed to still have them in the same household, but my father was no longer sleeping in my mother's bed.
I see. They were pretty much like, in a way, not together, but together. But they didn't do the divorce because, like you said, they don't do that.
They don't do that, and it's for the kids. The way Haitian parents, they always sacrifice themselves for the children first.
Bro, solid point. Because a lot of times, bro, I'm like last week ago, I was on Facebook. I read this comment this girl posted and said she kept the dad away because of her happiness. Not because he's abusive, because he didn't want her. She intentionally keeping the father away because of her happiness. And you just said, with your mom, she didn't do that. She said, you know what? For the sake of our son, cool. Let's make sure you still in your son's life.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
And that's very key, bro. And I give your mom a lot of props for doing that.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of times, a lot of Zoe moms, that's how they be, bro.
Yep.
They when it's like Haitian mom, they love kids. Like they'll put up with a lot of stuff because of their kids, bro.
Oh yeah.
They want the kids to surpass both parents.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So I think congrats to your mom for doing that, bro. That's a very strong move to do. And that shows maturity. And you know, of course, you know, with your pops, you know, no one's perfect.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
No.
So he but one thing I give your dad props on though, when he had those kids, he didn't change how he act towards you.
No.
He still showed you love.
No.
And still was a dad.
Absolutely. But, you know, I mean, it was really hard to do that anyways. I was already an adult at that time.
Oh, you was already grown?
Yeah, I was grown.
He was grown at
yeah, he's bringing, I was maybe at the time, when he first told me he had Iverson, I just had my second child, my daughter. So,
grown ass man.
Yeah, I was already a man. So I was just like, really, Dad? Like, you know, I was like, damn, dude, he's supposed to be retiring.
Okay.
And hanging out. Here you go tell me you got a little son.
Yeah.
Like, all right, buddy, you know?
All right, see, that he's still wrong for doing that. But what I'm gonna say, though, at least like, it wasn't you as a kid, because here's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
Because when that happened when they're young, it messed them up for life.
Yeah.
Based on how that kid take it.
Yeah.
It's like, damn, you know what I'm saying? It almost messed the kid up for life. Like, luckily you was old enough. At least he waited when he was old.
Yeah.
At least
Hey, son, but he always took my thunder away, because every time I had a kid, he told me, oh, by the way, like, because when I had my second child, I was like, hey, Dad, I called him and I was like, you're going to be another, you know, you're a grandpa, but I got another child on the way. It's a girl this time.
Yeah.
And he was just like, oh, you know, congratulations. And hey, man, I got another one too. I said, what? I'm like, come on, Dad. Another one? He's like, then when I had my last child, he hit me with the, hey, man, I got another one, but this one's in Haiti. And I'm like, bruh. I'm like, I don't want to have no more kids, because he's going to keep popping out with more kids. I feel like he's just trying to one-up me. And I'm not trying to be in that competition.
Yeah, it's funny. So you have 2 kids in total?
I have 3 in total.
Okay, so
1 boy, 2 girls.
1 boy, 2 girls. Okay, so we'll cover that part for sure. Because I thought you only had 1 kid.
Nah, man. I was busy, bro.
He was.
They're all 4 years apart, and I was busy. People think I planned that. It wasn't planned. I guess it was just the way the stars aligned.
So I do want to cover the mother of your child. Is it one for all?
Yeah. I can't multitask. I got 1 baby mama, man. Yeah.
One's already hard enough.
Yeah.
I don't know if you'll do it. 1 BM is a full-time job.
Yeah, I don't need no
more.
Add
more?
Nah.
If it happened to you, no judgment. It's all good.
I get it, but I can't. Some people can multitask like that. I'm just not one of them. I can't do that, man.
Okay, so I do want to get in touch in this motherly topic with the mother of your child.
Okay.
But let's kind of like go back to your mother, right? So, you know, one, like you said, she was an amazing person, you know, into God, very nurturing.
Yes.
Like your best friend.
Yep.
Right. So I mean, you had a very strong bond with her.
Yeah.
Because I'm guessing you was her only child.
At first, yeah. I'm the before my brother was born, I'm 8 years apart from my younger brother.
Okay, so she had
the same father.
Oh, so you had a sibling that's full.
Yeah, full sibling.
The same, but he's younger than you. So
8 years apart.
8 years apart. Are you guys close?
Yeah, we're close. We grew up in the same household.
Okay.
So we, you know, even though we were 8 years apart, I was just excited I had my brother.
And then now, when you was 8 years old, your mother brought in that new brother of yours. did you feel any kind of way like, oh, you're not the baby no more, you're not the only child anymore?
Oh no, I never cared. I was just happy I had a sibling, bro. That never. I'm still that type of person. I don't really get that way. I was just happy I had a brother. I asked my mom, and she gave me a brother. Okay. She gave me exactly what I asked for. Because she was like, "What about a girl? You know, you can't." I'm a kid. I don't know no better. I'm thinking it's like you could just pick them up at a store. I want a brother. Oh, she's telling me like, you know, she can't tell me that, but she's just trying to say, "What about a girl?" Because you don't know what I'm gonna get. And I was like, "No, I don't want no sister." Because then I'm gonna have to fight. I don't want to do that.
Protect her.
Yeah, you know, and I'm already the oldest. I'm gonna feel like it weighs on my shoulders.
Yeah.
So God bless. I ended up with a brother.
Okay, and then, but your mom was still showing you the same love, both you and him. And she was still your best friend.
Still my best friend. Still knew. My mother was. She knew us. She knew who I was, how to talk to me, and she knew who my little brother was and how to talk to him. Okay. Same love, all unconditional. You couldn't tell there was a favorite.
Okay, I love that, man. I mean, like I say, even though this is a Fatherhood podcast, I still give good moms their props. Oh yeah, because there are great moms out there. You know what I'm saying? And so I'm glad your mother, both your father too, did a great job at raising you because you turned to be a great person and a great father.
Thank you.
Right. So now there was a point, unfortunately, your mother, you know, was no longer here.
Yeah.
Right? By the way. First of all, my condolences, bro.
Thank you, man. I appreciate that, brother. I appreciate that.
It's to lose a parent, bro. It's a lot, bro.
It is.
I don't think people understand. If you never lost a parent, dog, I don't care how old you are. You can be 55 years old and she's finally gone or he's finally gone. It will still hurt because in your eyes, that's still your hero, your best friend.
Yes.
In their eyes, you are still their baby.
Yes.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yes.
So if you can, bro, I know it's a very touchy subject, you know what I'm saying? Like, kind of walk us through, like, what happened? What age did you end up losing your best friend? And, you know, like, did you know it was coming? Was you aware?
Okay. Okay, so my mother's been sick for a very long time. When I met you, she was already sick.
Really? Since high school?
Yeah. My mother's actually been sick since middle school.
Damn.
Yeah, man.
I didn't know that. So the whole time while you was in school with us,
my mother was already sick. Honestly, to be real with you, that was the whole reason why I didn't really play football and stuff like that in Atlanta. I played basketball for a little bit, then that even died out. And I had to start really focusing on her. Yeah, my mom was sick for a very long time. A lot of suffering. Diabetic woman. But God was good. She was fluctuating a lot with her weight. You know, with diabetic people, they're either skinny or they're big. My mom suffered from both type diabetes. Damn. So she couldn't be high nor low. She had her insulin had to be dead center. And that's very difficult when you're diabetic. My mom, she basically had to get the diabetes because something happened to her where she got extremely sick. And they had to put this in her to keep her alive, unfortunately.
They put the diabetes inside of her?
Yeah, it wasn't diabetes per se, but it was like I guess you could say it's like a burst of sugar or a burst of insulin. I don't know what's the right medical term to use, but they explained it to me because my mother was healthy as an ox before this diabetic thing happened. She was one of those people that eat fae, you know, she was very plant-based. She would eat a little meat here and there, but my mom wasn't a bad person that eat diet. But she went to Haiti and she came back and something happened where she was extremely sick. She had to go to the hospital and they infused this thing in her. And the doctor warned my father. He said, listen, this will save her, but at the outcome, she will end up diabetic. And that's pretty much where the beginning of my life started to change.
Dang. It's okay. So when you found out she was sick when she came back from Haiti, they didn't tell you how old were you when you found out?
That I don't know. I found out the sickness thing after when my mom passed.
Oh, I see.
Well, you know, when your parent passed, this is when you start hearing all these other stories.
Yeah.
That's when they start putting pieces to these puzzles, and you're like, oh, that's why this happened. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I was too young. They didn't mention the sickness in Haiti. I just knew all of a sudden now my mom's diabetic.
Okay, and then what age did you find that part out that she was sick?
I was in middle school, so I think I was in like 7th grade. So I probably was like maybe 12 or 13. I still remember the car she was driving at that time.
Dang.
She was driving a Mitsubishi van. You remember Mitsubishi had a vehicle? She had a little green van. We found out they had to infuse her with that too because she ended up in a car accident. And we lost that. That was the last time she had that little nice car. I remember it, man. I remember it. And my mom is very stubborn too. My mom is just as stubborn as my dad, probably worse.
Haitians.
Yeah.
Haitian parents.
Even though she had diabetes, she was not respecting the diagnosis whatsoever.
She was still doing what
he was doing. I'm a night owl. My dad's a night owl. We could stay up till 3 a.m. and wake up 6 a.m, 5 a.m. We got to go to work, school, whatever. So I'm up. I'm not supposed to be up. My parents think I'm asleep, but I'm up. What am I doing? Who knows? I'm probably just up, just laying there. Because at the time, there was no video games like how it is now. There wasn't internet like that yet. So I'm just up. And I hear like a lot of rumbling going on in the kitchen. And I was a greedy kid. I like to eat. So I was like, what's going on in the kitchen? So I go in there and I flip the light on. My mom's in there chowing down on some Chinese. And I was like, I'm the oldest at the time. My brother's real small. And I just lay down the law on my mom. Like, what are you doing? You're not supposed to be eating this. She's like sitting there with her mouth full of Chinese, bro. I'll never forget it. And she's just like, oh, I'm thinking I'm good. I'm like, Mom, no. And I would catch her a couple nights doing this. You know what I mean? And so eventually she's like, I can't beat Edwin because he's staying up. Every time he say, I'm about to push shit, I'm doing me. I'm up still. So she knew she was going to get caught by me.
But one thing I learned, bro, when you have a sick parent is that as a child, no matter the age, you become, in a way, the parent. Because you care so much for her. We start, because what you did to her is what she would do to you. You know what I'm saying? What you doing up so late? Why you eating this thing? So, did you notice she was doing that? Or was it more like you just cared for her?
It was just an instant reaction. You know what I mean? I don't know what diabetes is yet. I'm in middle school. I don't even know the severity of diabetes. I just know because my dad said, because when my dad ordered the Chinese, he had got her a whole different meal. He knew, like, hey, the doctor said, you can't eat this. This is for, Edwin and Brian and me, and you can eat this. And she was just still sneaking to go get her own extra little meal on. Damn. You know what I mean?
So she used to cook a lot back in the days?
Oh, yeah. My mom, man, her food was swinging, man. Just a little side story. When she passed, I'll never forget this. My homie, Stunt, Josh. He don't know this, so if he ever catches this, he'll see this. He opened me. He was really close to me too, because my mom had a lot of diabetic episodes, and for the most part, he was always usually there. And my mom would always grab his hand, Joshua, Kimbe doing, because I was a titchel. You know what I mean? I was a hothead, and she knew I was always with him. She was like, watch this kid, because if I pass, he gonna be loose out here, and you always with him. Can you at least keep an eye on him? You know what I mean? And when he came and saw me, when he finally got the news, he broke me down. He didn't know, because men have a tendency to try to armor their emotions. And even in a death, I'm still trying to shield myself because I'm the oldest. My mom always was trying to prepare me for her death. And I hate to say this, it sounds crazy now, but now that she's gone and I'm getting older, I can say these things. As I got older and her health, I'm noticing her health deteriorating. It was like I had to just mentally like, man, what would happen if I lose my mom? And I had an older cousin who always told me, hey, cuz, you got to get right because you don't know. You know what I mean? You don't know when things like this will happen. And when my friend came, he just mentioned her cooking. And he was just like, bro, you could tell he's holding it in too, because we cut this from the same cloth, but he's still letting me know like this is a fucked up situation. This is like, man, she made this food, man. I could still remember it. It was swinging, you know what I mean? And then, this is when the wall kind of broke. He held me, you know what I mean? And he held me a certain way where it was just like, damn, bro, damn, little bro, like this is fucked up. And then he left. I'm still holding it together somewhat.
It's like at the funeral?
This is before. You know, like when you get the news that they died.
Oh, yep.
And now they're preparing the body.
That kind of stuff.
And we just don't have family and everybody coming to, pay their respects.
Yep.
So he finally got the news, I think like a day or two later. He was working or whatever. And then when he left, I sat down on the couch. I was with the mother of my kids. Shout out to the mother of my kids. We may not always see eye to eye, but I have a high respect for her, especially in that particular occasion, because when my mom passed, I was with her at her household. She kept me there because they wanted to keep an eye on me, make sure I was mentally still, there. And my youngest daughter comes on me, and it's like what my homie said to me. It's like reflection in my eyes, in my mind, and my daughter's looking at me, and it's like as I'm sitting there, everything's starting to break. I'm not understanding it, but
so you sitting here, you have your daughter on you, and what your homeboy told you, start reflecting back on you.
Yes, I'm remembering the cooking. I'm remembering the cookie jars. I'm remembering the whoopings. I'm remembering her picking me up late night when she was a nurse, and her best friend Edith was watching me. I remember everything starting to race, and then my daughter, she's starting to feel something. It's crazy. The next people that's gonna love you, the next person that's gonna love you just like your mom is gonna be your daughter.
Facts.
She noticed something was wrong. So she keeps putting her head back and looking at me. And I'm still the wall's trying to stay up, but it's breaking. It's just breaking. And then she looks at me and she sees the tears start to come. And I had to just put her to the side, man. And that was probably one of the most times where I had let out one of the biggest cries I've ever had in my life.
Damn, bro.
Yeah, man. That right there made me I've already had a high respect for women because I was actually there to see all the births of my children. I actually participated in the last one because we did a home birth. But my mother, she was the reason why I really respect women. Even though women can be driven or whatever the case may be, my mother's the one who gives me hope in women because I know there's good women.
You said one key thing, bro. As man, we have our guard up. It's crazy how even when we lose one of the closest, besides our kids, your parents is like the first person you've met in the world on earth.
Exactly.
Know what I mean? So to lose someone like that, like your mother especially, and you stand your walls up, and that kind of like crazy how we're built that way. I'm talking, is it because you just genetically just a man thing, or were you built that way from, I don't know, what happened? What made you put that? Or is it because you kind of, in your back of your mind, consciously know there might come a time where she might have to leave? So you let me
I think it's a little bit of everything that you just said. As I'm getting older, like her health is getting worse. She ended up getting hit with cancer too. She was going through chemo. Yeah, breast cancer. She was going through chemo, so I was literally watching my mom get smaller and smaller and weaker in front of me. So, like you said, consciously, I knew, because my mom is resilient. That's why when people say, being stubborn could be a bad thing, not necessarily, because sometimes being stubborn is what keeps you in the fight of life. And my mother, every time she had those episodes when my friend was there, I knew my mom was gonna be back. You know what I mean? Like I could cry in the bathroom, whatever the case may be. My homeboy will hold me, dog, it's gonna be all right. Your mom gonna be all right. But innately, I knew my mom was gonna come back. You know what I mean? But that instant, I just knew there was no more fight.
How did you know it was no more fight?
It's non-responsive. When we brought her to the house, I still remember what it was like on her last day.
Really?
Yeah, man. I remember I told you I was dibbling into the photos a little bit.
Yeah.
I had an Apple laptop. And I wanted to pawn it or whatever. I got out of the camera work. So I was just testing it out. And then I was like, damn, I'm going to get some quick cash. I'm going to pawn this. And my little brother came and got me. At the time, I was in between cars. So my brother came and got me. My mom was there. And it was like my mom knew she was going to leave because I didn't expect her to be there. She was just in the passenger side.
Oh, with your brother? He came
with my brother, yeah. So she was just in the passenger side. I was like, oh, mommy, I didn't know you was going to come. So, and she didn't say nothing that day. And I thought that was strange because my mom would usually say, "Hey, Dwayne, come over here, and she would always rap with me. Remember, this is my best friend.
Yeah.
She's not really talking as much. And then, my brother brings me to the pawn shop and I'm like, hey, mom, you want some soup or something? This is when I know she has cancer and all that. And she's like, yeah, I'll get some soup. She's saying everything gingerly. She's very weak. I'm like, all right. So I'll go upon the thing. I'm like, let me go get some soup. I'll never forget, Subway didn't have no soup. They pissed me off. You know what I mean? I was like, damn, man, my mom's sick. Yeah. I want to give her a little soup. That's all she wants. Yeah. You know, make her feel better. And they don't even have it. I'm over there snapping on the people. Why you ain't got no soup? You know what I mean? Like, what's going on with y'all establishment? You know what I mean? So I leave all disappointed. I go and tell my mom the bad news. I'm like, Mom, they ain't got no soup. I'm really disappointed. She could see I'm disappointed. And she's like, oh, it's okay, dude. You know, and I'm like, nah, man. I'm like, you sure you want to make another stop? I'll get you a salad or something. It's like, it's okay. We go. Now, my brother's bringing me to my apartment. This is when I know. I didn't know, but this is the last time I saw my mom functioning.
What age were you at that time?
I'm 33 at that time.
And what year was this?
2022, I believe. 2022. So now I go and give my mom a kiss. I tell my brother, see you later. He's like, all right, bro. Then I go give my mom a kiss. When I went to go give her a kiss, I noticed she was drooling on one side of her, on the other side of her mouth. I said, hey, mommy, you okay? You drooling? And then she's like, oh, I'm about to go inside. No. And I'm like, that's when I like lean in and I'm looking at her like, are you okay? And then she's like, she don't say nothing. She just nods her head. Now I'm getting a little aggravated. I'm like, Mom, are you all right? And then that's when she opened her mouth. Yeah, I'm okay. I'm like, no. I'm like, me and my brother here right now. Do we need to go to the hospital or something? She's like, no, go in the house. Cause this is all after work too. My mom always wanted me to get my rest. Even though she's sick and I'm concerned about her, she's still being mommy. Like, you just came from work, take your butt inside, go take a shower, eat, and do your thing. And she's like, go inside. And I'm like, so I tell my little brother, hey, keep an eye out on her. You know what I mean? Next day he calls me in the morning. He's like, hey man, I had to bring her back to the hospital, man. She was fighting him. She didn't even want to go to the hospital, but like everything was just falling apart. And then she went in that hospital, bro, and she never came out that hospital.
Damn.
When I went in there, I was literally watching. When I went to go see her, you could see her like her eyes were open, and I'm talking to her, and she's not saying anything, but her eyes were telling me, like I was like, "You okay?" And she would just like blink and stuff. It went from that to coming in again. Now her eyes are closed.
Damn.
No response. Checking in on her. No response. Just like, damn.
Yeah.
I'm starting to realize the fight in her isn't there anymore.
I see.
Because like I said, every other episode she had, I could call, she'd pick up, yeah, my Vinny, I felt test back. I'm not getting no answer. So it was just breaking me down. And at the time I was driving tow trucks. That's difficult trying to focus on the road and you're concerned about your mother.
Yeah.
She's not responsive. And then I'll never forget that day. My brother's kind of like me too in a sense, but he's a little worse when it comes to showing emotion. But I'll never forget it because he broke. It was like a foggy day. I think everybody knows the exact day when their parent died. It was cloudy, a little light shower. And I was parked, had my foot up on the truck, just thinking about my mom. And my little brother calls me, he goes, bro. And I was dreading that call. I was hoping he would say some good news. And he broke it to me, and you could hear it in his voice, bro. And that shit you could hear him crying, and he was just like, I can't even talk. And he just hung up. And I was just like, wow.
Damn.
Yeah.
Damn, bro. And that's the worst, dog. Like that call. One thing I've learned, bro, is that even though you see your parents getting sicker and sicker, and you know that time will come eventually, you could try your best to prepare. You can never be prepared for the actual call.
Yeah.
When that time comes. It doesn't matter how many years you was aware, it was still staying. Either it was staying right now or later. Sometimes it could be like it happened to you later. Not the exact moment we got the call, but more like when you finally sick. Because we hear this, a lot going through your mind.
Yeah.
A lot going through your heart, a lot going through your mind. It's a lot happening. For man, we show emotions a little bit later than the other gender, than the woman. So to you, when you finally sit down, like you did with your daughter, your homeboy said that the whole food coming to you, and the memories start coming in, that's when you're like, damn, bro, she's really gone, bro. That's when, I always tell folks that allow a man to grieve when you want to grieve. You can't force a man to grieve. Like, because you crying right now doesn't mean he have to cry right now. Doesn't mean he didn't love his mom or didn't love his dad. It's like, bro, give that man time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because when that hit, bro, it's going to hit even harder than you crying on the actual day you find out that the person's gone. Now, once again, listen, I know that feeling, bro. It's one of the worst.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that pain is a pain, bro. It's like, even years later, it's hard to really remove.
Being straight honest with you, and I love this podcast. I've always commended you on what you're doing. I love what you're doing.
Appreciate you, bro.
Being absolutely vulnerable with you. I'm still healing from that shit. I'm not going to lie. But I see a lot of signs that, my mom's still, she's not physically here.
Yeah.
But I see a lot of signs. And then my cousin Justin, a lot of people know my cousin Justin. He's like a funeral guy or whatever, and he hosts parties. But he always said, your mother's gone, but she lives in you. And I understood what he meant, because there's certain morals and principles that my mom instilled in me that I still provide to my children. So her principles never died. Her morals never died. What she stood on never died. Her stubbornness, I got that stubbornness. You know what I mean? Her resiliency, I have that resiliency. I commend my mom, because even though she may physically not be here, spiritually and all the things that she left with me before she left here is still instilled in me.
From a kid, an adult that knew you for decades now. Great job to your mom, bro.
Yeah, damn, man. Thank you.
She did a great job, because one thing about you, fam, is that although, you you hardcore, you bought that life if you have to get there, you also like kind-hearted.
Oh, yeah, man.
You know what I'm saying? That's one thing. People think being a man means you gotta be hard all the time. Being a man, bro, is like knowing when to be kind-hearted.
Oh, yeah, man. Oh, yeah,
you know what I mean? Because a true leader is a kind-hearted person. You don't gotta be brutal and mean and stuff.
Absolutely not,
bro. You gain real core loyal followers by being kind-hearted, bro. You know what I mean? And then you have that in you. I can see from what you said about your dad, you got the dad part in you and the mom part in you, and that's the kind-hearted part.
Yes, man.
You know what I mean? So don't never lose that. Don't never change that, bro. You know what I'm talking about?
I appreciate that.
So to kind of like recap that part, man, that hard part. Did your mom ever see your kid before she left?
Oh,
yeah. They got to see.
Oh, man. I'm talking about free daycare, brother.
That's the best.
God, I love that. I miss that. I'm not going to lie. I miss that. Even though my kids are in school, my youngest one, she didn't get to experience my mom. She did a little bit. This is when my mom, before she got diagnosed with cancer, I'll never forget this. My little one, she's feisty. Yeah. Extreme. She's a Scorpio. Feisty girl. Yeah. Oh my God. My mom was telling me this story. She was like, I was cooking food and she was hungry. This is my daughter was a COVID baby, so she grew fast. My daughter's walking up to her while my mom's trying to hurry and do something quick, like cook some quick D. Yeah. She was like, my quick much My daughter bit her in the leg. As chaotic as my little daughter was with her, bro, she loved that girl. You know what I mean? She loved all of them the same. Like I said, my mother never did favorites. Yeah. But she loved her girls because she always wanted a daughter. And she didn't get the chance to have one. So I always would joke with her. I'd always say, hey, you ain't got no daughter, but I gave you two. I gave you two of them. Yeah. So you good. Yeah. Because I would always use that when she don't want to watch the kids. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? That's why I love Haitian parents, man, because even if they tell you, I'm busy, I don't want to really watch the kids. Man, my mom call me in 15 minutes. I'll get you on you. You know about to push you. You know what I mean? Bring a snack or two. And then she always hit me with that. She had to get her taxes. Make sure you put a salad in. My mom wanted a salad. So I got to give her a salad with it when I bring the kids, man. Man, like, bro, one thing I love, bro, I love being Haitian, bro. Like, it's just different, bro. We just different. Yeah, man. It's just being raised with Haitian parents, dog. They wasn't perfect, dog, but they were great to us, dog. Yeah. But when you have a good Haitian parent, dog, like your parents was, dog, it make you enjoy them more when they eventually do end up leaving. Yeah, you know man. I mean? Then when you have your kids, what they were teaching you, although you probably didn't agree with certain things of their strictness or the whoopings, whatever, you see how. At being a father now, how much, now I see why he or she did. Yeah. Or say this. Yeah. You know what I mean? And I'm pretty sure anybody can attest to this. I'm pretty sure every parent said this to us growing up. When you get older, you'll see. And we used to be like, whatever, you know what I mean? Brush your mom. I know it all, bravado or whatever. But then when you got older, you sure enough was like, damn, I see why they said that. Facts, bro. So now, let's go forward to you being a father. You know what I mean? You came from a great,
I would say, concrete foundation with your parents. Now, walk me through. First, I didn't know you had that many kids. I'm shocked right now hearing all this.
You one of the few. People either think I got more than 3 or people think, I only have the 1. But I'm like, no, I got 3, Playboy. I was busy.
So walk me through the first one because your first child, all your child special.
Yes.
They all special.
Yes.
They evenly special. But the first of anything will always be like that.
Yeah.
So walk us through that first time you found out that, I'm about to be a father.
Well, I won't forget it. At the time, I was working at Walmart. And
how old were you in that time? What the age?
Man, I had to be maybe like 20, maybe 27.
27,
somewhere around there. Yeah, like 27. I was in 30. No, I'm lying, man. I wasn't that old.
You was
I had
to,
no. Because I had to be maybe, I had my son 2012. So I had to be, damn,
23,
I'm
24?
horrible at math. Yeah, like 23, 24. I had to be right around there. And I was working at Walmart. Yeah, 23, 24, right around that area. I'll never forget, like when she was pregnant, I was scared as hell. I don't know if Jesse remembers this. I remember I was sitting in the back of his car and I was telling him, we was chilling or whatever. I was like, damn, I'm scared as hell, bro. And he was just like, he was like, bro, you'll be all right, man.
Yeah.
Because we cut from the same area. We all know each other's parents, and he knows, like, in the end, you will prevail as long as you stick forward with being a father. We don't know no better, but we're saying things because we know, in a sense. And it was like, you'll be all right. And I was scared, but my dad, I'll never forget what my dad told me when I had my dad was holding my son. And he looks at me. I was a Dijway kid. I was always doing something bad. So my dad knew. He's holding my son and he's looking at me. And he goes, Edwin, he goes, my friend, you need to, he's like, everything from here on out needs to be done straight. He's like, you're going to have to start doing things the right way. You can't cut corners. You can't do you know what I mean? No shortcuts. You're going to have to bust your ass because this right here is the most important thing right now. And I'll never forget it. Ever since then, man, my son changed a lot of shit in me because I was in probation at the time. I had to stop smoking because I didn't want to violate. I wanted to be there. One of my biggest fears is having somebody else raise my kid, because I'm not saying that there's, every man out here is bad. There's good men out here too. But if you're a father and you're a father and you're a good man, you want to raise your child. You don't want nobody else raising your kid. So that was one of my things. Like, I don't want nobody raising my child. I'm capable. So I had to cut out a lot of things to make sure I stayed free for my child. And he changed me a lot. Talk about softening you up.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Really?
He softened me up, but my girls completely turned me into marshmallow.
Yeah.
The girls turned me into marshmallow.
Bro, when it comes to soften up, oh my God, bro.
My girls got me right, man. My oldest daughter,
how they do it?
I gotta take her on dates. When I have my kids, when we do our schedule or whatever, Daddy, we can't just be home all day.
She be telling you that?
Yeah. Oh man, I'm a homebody guy.
How old is she when she be saying that?
Man, she was right now she's 8. But she was saying that at like 5 years old, man. Like, yeah, Daddy, she's a little, Yeah. And here's a funny story. I like to test my kids. This is before I have my youngest one. She can eat. Girls can eat.
Bro, what?
Oh my God. I thought boys would be bad. They are when they do sports, but you expect that.
Yeah.
Girls just eat off the strength.
They could eat.
They ain't running or nothing. I could just eat. So I wanted to test them. We went on a full date or whatever, Daddy, my boy and my girl, and we ate and everything at the end, and I'm driving back and I'm like, I want to test them a little bit. I say, hey guys, before we head home, anybody want to get something to eat? And then my son thinks about it. He's thinking, I see him thinking in the back. He's like, nah, Dad, I'm good. My daughter goes, I can go for some wings, Daddy. Extra sauce. I'm like, God damn.
Ate already.
You already ate. I'm like, I'm sitting there. I'm like, didn't you just eat? It's never enough, bro. It's never enough. And then my youngest one, when I come home from work, her hand goes straight into my pocket. Where the money at, Dad? Where the dollars at? I gotta get right for them, man. Them girls ain't no joke.
You having a son and having girls, do they get like another version of you that your son might not get? Not that it's a bad thing. Yeah.
Yeah, they do. I don't notice that, but other people do. Like, I used to be a trainer for telecommunication. And when we had the COVID thing, we were working from home. And my supervisor just knew that I was talking to my daughter. Because when my son was coming in, I was just like, yeah, you know, whatever, da-da-da-da-da. And then my daughter came in and I said something to her. And then my supervisor goes, were you just speaking to your daughter? And I go, yeah, how'd you know? And she says, your tone. I said, what do you mean? She's like, your tone changed. I was like, no, it didn't. She was like, trust me. Yeah. She's like, they don't see me. They can only hear me on the headphones. And she's like, your whole tone changed. You could tell your energy, everything shifted. As almost as if you kind of like bowed yourself down to your daughter. Yeah. You know, like, this is my precious thing. You know, my daughter. Yeah. It's hard for me to raise my voice at her, you know?
But you become more mellow with the daughter. Versus the son, you more, like, he's still nice, but he's just more like firm. You know what I'm saying? Because I think, well, let me know if I'm incorrect or not. I think the reason why, you know, most fathers talk to their son a certain way, not their daughters, because as adults now, as men now, we know the harsh that would come for that young man when you get older. Yeah. So you got to get him prepared. Yeah. Right? I'm guessing that's the reason why.
Exactly. Right? Yeah.
Because your son is 12 years old now.
Yeah, he's 12. Yeah.
He's about to be 13, a teenager. So now, are you worried? Because, you know, you was a teenager at one point. I was too. All of us were. And, you know, with teens, thank God he's a boy. This might sound bad, but I'd rather have my boy become a teenager than my daughter. I mean, I only have a daughter, not a boy yet. But it's different. Yeah, absolutely. Right? So
absolutely. I'd rather he be oldest. I was happy I had a boy first.
So now though, so him going to the teen though, but now here's the thing, with the boys, when they become teen, they can get in more trouble.
That is true.
You know what I'm saying? They can be more like the negative trouble. Even if you're a great parent. Sometimes, bro, when I be seeing a lot of folks that's like, you know, balling out, it's not that they came from a bad home. Sometimes they, you know, that's the case. But a lot of times it's just more their friends.
Yeah. It's
influences. You know what I'm saying? What they watch, what they hear.
It's big now.
Right? So with your son, I'm sure your son's on social media already.
Yeah, which surprised me.
So with that, then are you afraid that then you might pick up the wrong habit from peers or online?
Well, you kind of already said it. I'm very transparent with my kids. I know parents like to hide certain things from them. I don't do that. I don't sugarcoat nothing with them. I don't lie to them. I don't tell them any of these pagan things. I tell them everything cut raw. With my son, I'm not afraid to tell him the truth. You know what I mean? I give it to him blood raw. I tell him this is how it's gonna be, man. You know what I mean? And he takes it and listens. Now, I can't control what's uncontrollable. Yeah. I can only instill in him so much. It says I can't, I'm very good with the Bible. I can't remember verses and stuff like that. But it says in the Bible, if you lead your child in the right direction, he will never stray from that direction. And I believe in that. Now, granted, there's temptation, there's peer pressure, there's all those things that play a part. Because let's be honest, your child's spending more time at school than with you.
Facts.
So he's going to be with his friends more than you. More influence. Then they got the device in their hand. There's so much things that's easy access with it now, and they're showing God knows what. So all I can do is instill core principles in them. When I see something, I try to nip it in the bud right away. Yo, what's this? Why do you have that photo? And I don't want to be rough. And I always explain to them. You know, Haitian parents will tell you something and then that's it. Yeah. I don't do that. I'll say, you need to remove this. And then I say, why you need to remove this. There's always, hey man, let me show you why. Because this is how other people perceive this. I know that's not your intent, but it's always a perception. How would that person perceive what you just did?
You kind of explain, you know, your first perspective when you had your first child, whether it was a son or daughter. It was just something different, like, and it was more fear. Eventually, you know, you kind of got used to it and conquered it. But now, your second time, you find out the mother of your child was pregnant. Walk us through that. Like, was it planned? Was it like you wanted a second child?
I did. I honestly, you're gonna think I'm crazy. I originally wanted 5 kids. I don't know what the hell I was thinking. Yeah.
Like, are you rich?
Nah, hell no.
You're rich because you want 5 kids.
Nah, man. I don't know what I was thinking. I was on something else. My third child made me reconsider that all the way. Yeah. Originally, I wanted 5 kids. I still remember when I got my second one. I'll never forget it because honestly, we was talking about it. I was laying on the bed. I'll never forget it. And I was just like, I wonder what it would be like to have a daughter. And then she was just like, you know, she was like, man, fuck that. I don't want to hear about that. She's the one pushing the babies out. So I'm just like, because I heard this on a comedy show. I love comedy. And they said, if you have a girl, no matter what, you know, your boy, when you get older, your boy might be like, man, my dad, man, throw his ass in a nursing home.
Yeah.
But I always heard the funny saying that your daughter fight the husband. And my daddy's staying with me. You know what I mean? I didn't put him in no home.
Yeah.
So I just had that in my mind, like, man, what if my son did try me like that? You know what I mean? I'm a good dad, but he got his woman, he got his family. Yeah. You know, man, daddy, you did your part, but go in the home. So I was just like, man, I probably do need a girl. But, you know, I never planned things like that. Yeah. It just so happened the stars aligned correctly, and boom, I had a daughter. And I was happy, you know what I mean? I was excited about that. But when I found out, she just kind of threw the test on me. Like,
oh, wow.
Yeah, she was pissed. She wasn't pissed, but
she was like, she didn't want.
We didn't expect, you know, it was just like, oh, damn, you know?
So after your second child, you and the mother, y'all didn't want more kids.
Yeah.
Or did you?
We was kind of like, all right, we're kind of good. Mm-hmm. I was still cracking the jokes of, I need 3 more, you know? I was, in the back of my mind, I was like, I'm just BS. And I already got a boy and a girl. Kind of set. Yeah. And this is kind of when me and her started to clash. And, you know.
Not because of the kid stuff. No,
it wasn't the kids. Outside forces was playing into the relationship, which caused us to, I guess, her words grow. But her to go her direction and for me to go my direction.
This is before the third child.
Yeah, this is before the third child. But in the process, you know, love is still there or amongst us, and we're trying to make things work. And then, hence, this is where I end up getting my third child, which is probably crazy because she looks like me, exactly like me. Mm-hmm. She has a lot of my mom features, the hair, her fingers look like my mom, and she's a spicy one.
And the mother
I feel like she's a big blessing.
The third child. Mm-hmm. And then the mother of your child is Black American or Haitian?
Her father's Haitian and her mother is mixed. But the thing is, the father, I guess he came here extremely early. I'm talking about way before our parents were here. Because he's like almost Americanized. Yeah, you wouldn't even know that he's Haitian.
Okay. So now you said one thing that I'm kind of a little bit confused about, right? Mm-hmm. So you said after your second child, before your third child, y'all, both of you and the mother of your child were starting to part ways. Mm-hmm. But then you end up having a third child.
Yeah. I get it in, dog. No. I mean, because, you know, like I said, we were still trying to fix things.
Oh, okay.
And I'm like I said, I'm stubborn. I was going against the grain, fighting for something that I didn't perceive that was over with. And then in amongst us doing that, because, you know, she was still trying to. And then, you know, boom, another baby arrives. But that didn't deter us from being parents. We still, you know, we got to do what we got to do.
So did the third child bring y'all back closer together again?
No, I didn't. That didn't work at all. That wasn't the goal or anything.
Of course,
like that.
but
no, if anything, it probably made us more separate.
Interesting. Why do you think so?
Because, okay, I'm not gonna say things to bash the mother.
No, you don't got it. Just from your.
Yeah, from my perspective, it just wasn't gonna work anymore. You know, she was already checked out.
I see. She was more like you guys, in a way, outgrew each other. Or either one party must outgrew one another.
Yeah, exactly.
That makes sense. But the most important part is y'all still make the children, all 3 kids, the priority for the main focus.
Absolutely.
So now, you know, just kind of touch up a little bit. So how are you guys able to co-parent still, civilized, like
to a degree? I'm never trying to be combative. I always believe that we need to, you know, be cool with each other, because at the end of the day, I don't believe in that your child's 18 and that's the end of your job.
No, exactly.
You are a parent until you leave.
Yeah.
So I always tell her, hey man, no matter what, we got to deal with each other, because we're going to be here for these kids' lives. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And the job's not done until we're out of here. So we have to find some kind of common ground so we can be parents to these children that we have. Because God chose us to be parents to these particular children. Thanks. We got to do right by them.
And then with the mother of your child, as you know, right, certain, you know, mother of children, they can be very bitter if they're not with the partner that they used to be with. And that causes them sometimes to keep the father out of the kid's life. You know? So for you, what is that a thing in your relationship? Was it
No, I was blessed in that manner. I wouldn't say blessed, but that's not the direction mine went. Unfortunately, it's just where, you know, things just weren't going to work anymore.
Okay.
So we just had to eventually, when I got around to my stubbornness, we just had to agree that,
okay,
this is dead, you know?
Before we like wrap everything up, I mean, like, there's a few things I do want to ask, right? So one thing I actually wanted to ask earlier is that, I know we mentioned that you were Haitian, you grew up with Haitian parents.
Yep.
The mother of your child, half Haitian.
Mm-hmm.
Now your kids, do they know Creole? Do they know Creole? So kids like that are born here.
They're slowly losing it, but I still instill it in them. Of course, when my mom was alive, they were being babysit by them, so they were speaking Creole pretty good, or they at least understood it. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Now I'll say certain things to them, they're like, huh? They look at me like, what you said, Daddy? My youngest one is still got it a little bit. Because she was getting babysit by our next door neighbor at the time, was with a Haitian lady. So she was still getting it, but now we switched the lady. It's an American lady. I'm starting to slowly see it disappear. I'm still incorporating it, but it's becoming difficult for them because of all this other stuff that's happening around them. Then they still go to school.
It's American English only.
It ain't like the school's trying to, teach them, bilingual stuff.
Yeah.
But I'm still instilling it in them because it's good to be bilingual.
Yeah.
I read this thing. It said when you have 2 or more different languages in your brain moves a little bit faster.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? So
because they could transfer and convert different things faster. Because right now we're talking English, we can convert something in Creole. We could say, okay, sit down means she thought. We know like how to
exactly.
It's only like one language. It takes a little bit. Wow. You know what I mean? Now, do you find it like a little bit, I guess, scary though, that because my daughter's also half Haitian, half American. You having 3 kids that are the same. Do you find it scary that eventually they might erase the Creole language in your family tree? At least your actual...
I'm not scared of that on my aspect because I incorporate the Haitian so much into my household that it's going to be difficult. Even if my kids may not speak Creole as much, they're going to still be like, they know I'm Haitian.
Okay.
Like, I still play Haitian music in the house. That's what I mean? We still eat Haitian food.
Okay, so they
know. They know like I'm Haitian. They know exactly what their culture. They know their culture. And my dad's still present then he's still active. So they can't lose who they are.
That's perfect, man. Because that's like one thing that, and it's not just with Zoes, bro. A lot of Caribbean cultures that are Americanized, that have kids that with folk that's not part of the culture, they are losing their culture in a way.
Yeah, they are.
Those that have kids with a white spouse or another spouse that's not from that culture. Because like I said earlier, the kids are in school, nothing but English. Social media, nothing but English. Meanwhile, and then with you as a parent, it's kind of hard. It's hard to be with them every day to teach them the Creole, the whatever the culture is. So they do start losing it.
Yeah.
Because matter of fact, even for us, as those, our parents' Haitian format versus ours are different.
Yeah.
Ours are a little more Americanized and broken down Creole.
Yeah.
Theirs are the
true Haitian.
The true Creole,
You know what's funny that you say that? I hate to say this. My kids, my son, he was in Pine Grove. And I felt like that Pine Grove tried me a little bit. Because they sent me letters in Creole. And I was just like, what the fuck? I was like, I had called them and I said, hey man, like I know I'm Haitian, but can you send me the paperwork in English?
Oh, they're only Creole.
Yeah.
No English.
The whole thing was in Creole. I'm like, yo, I speak English. I was like, have y'all not seen me? I was like, what the fuck? They gave me the whole thing in Creole. I'm like, yo.
But I mean, they know the kids, they speak English.
Yeah.
Is it because your last name?
I guess, but my last name is not even a common Haitian last name. So I was like, how the fuck you just finna just throw in a Creole? The whole thing, bro. I'm looking at it like, and I could read it, but I don't want to read it because I got to read it hard. I'm like, Eske Pukale Tigas. I'm like, I don't want to read this. Like, give it to me in English.
Damn,
man. They tried me with that one.
Shout out to Pine Grove, though. I actually went to Pine Grove.
And they're remodeling it.
I see that, bro.
About time. About time.
God damn.
Yeah. When my son was going in there, I was like, good God, it looks the same.
The same. Wait, you went Tyrone?
I went there 1 year and then I went to Orchard View. But I still remember how it looked. I'm like, why have I not redone this?
Bro, for the longest, bro, I've been the exact same way. I'm like, bro, I left Florida, came back. I'm like, bro, it's
still the same thing. So glory be to God, dog. Shout out to Pine Grove. Thank God y'all
they're making money, right? Is it because it's in the hood? Well, it's not the hood no more. It used to be because it's like
they're gentrifying that area.
Sterling. That's why I'm from. Yo, shout out to Sterling Avenue. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But yeah, so it's not the hood no more like that. So there's no reason why y'all shouldn't be upgraded.
Absolutely.
Yeah, but anyway, I asked that because I was like, damn, bro, you have 3 kids, and I'm sure they not gonna be fully active in Creole.
Yeah.
So I was like, I wonder like if you being active, at least like, I'm glad you are. I'm glad you're trying your best.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, man, but look, the key thing is they know they Zoes. That's the most important part.
And I still speak to them in Creole to just throw it out there. And if they hit me with the then this is what it means. Now say it. Then use it in a sentence. I do that with them so they can kind of understand it. You know what I mean? I don't want them to lose the root of who they are. Don't lose your root. It's kind of a good thing in a sense because Black people are one, but in a sense we still can't lose the identity. You can't, especially Haitian. Your first independence.
Exactly.
You don't want to lose this. You need that. So I definitely still throw that hook out there so they can pick it up.
I like that. I'm glad you mentioned the word hook. You are a musician.
Yeah.
You are an artist.
Yeah.
Kind of like, before we wrap things up though, walk us through how did you get involved? Because he's gonna ask that. Because back in high school, to me, you was like a quiet kid.
Yeah, everybody said that.
You was a quiet kid. I would never thought you'd be making music at all. Right? Because I was out here rapping in high school.
Yeah.
And I'm like, wait, you do music? So when did that come about?
I picked it up late. I was a fan of y'all music. I was listening to y'all music. I always showed love. I was always a connoisseur of music. Even as a kid, I used to love watching the drummer in the church. I always loved percussion. When I went to Orchard View, I was invited to the choir because Mr. Spence, if anybody remembers Orchard View, I wonder if anybody remembers Mr. Spence, tall guy, gray beard. He heard my voice. And he invited me to do the choir.
To sing?
To sing.
Oh,
yeah. But I was like, I was shy at that time. I don't want to sing, especially singing. I'm gonna look soft. I don't want to sing. So I didn't do it. Probably one of the things I do regret. I wish I did do it. Because I always told my mom growing up, I want to be a singer. I wanted to sing at that time. And, she said, go for it. Shoot for the stars. And then watching y'all boys rap, I was like, oh, that's cool, man. Look at that. These my homies and they doing their thing. And I always show support.
Always did.
But the way I got into music, my homeboy, E-Man, shout out to E-Man, locked up right now. When he gets out, it's always love. He had a younger brother, Toto. He was into music in Boynton High. Boynton High actually has a program for music, I believe. Yeah, so he was already indulged in that culture. And one day I was chilling with E-Man and he called his brother and he was like, yo, I'm about to go to the studio. And me and E-Man were sitting in there.
This was after high school?
This is after high school, a little bit after high school. And he's like, oh, my bro's going to the studio. I boys want to slide. I'm like, yeah, let's go. We go into the studio. It's one of our OG studio at the time. And he's recording the music. And then he was like, oh, I need another verse. So then I'm sitting there and we're all sitting there. And we're like, let's just write. Now, I was quiet in school, but I don't know if you remember, I was good at writing.
You were, yeah.
I was good at writing. And I was just like, let me try something. And I just grabbed my little notebook and I went to writing. And I was like, I got a verse.
You was writing on the beat or you was writing without the beat?
On the beat, but I could write without the beat and with the beat. I just love music. I always incorporate music in my life. So it didn't take me long. I wrote a verse and then ever since then, I kind of took off with it. You know what I mean? I don't do it for getting out. I'm not big or anything like that, but I do it because I love music. I love it. I love creating it and then meeting up with an engineer and it's like two different minds hearing two different things and they create something. And it's like, and then you present it to the world.
Are you still active with the music and
I still dabble in writing. So I still write music and I still write poetry and stuff like that when I have time, but it's so difficult being a father, paying bills, having a job. I'm constantly being battered. We was just discussing that. I gotta provide right now. So, but music has never left me. It's in my DNA.
And as a matter of fact,
DNA.
I think you right now you are currently running a contest, right? You involved in a contest.
Yeah.
Let them know, man, how to vote, how to
July 1st is coming up. Yeah, I entered this Rolling Stone contest. I just gave it a shot. I saw Busta Rhymes was doing it. At first, I was like, oh, this is like a scam or something. But then he did a video, and I was like, let me see. I just threw an old video up there. It was me and Toto. It's called Boise. If anybody want to check that out, BAWSA on YouTube. And he was actually gonna refine the track so he could resubmit it to Apple Music and all that stuff, the streaming services. And then I was like, oh, let me use this one because I love that song. Yeah. And then I got an email and it said, hey, you're gonna move on to the next July 1st, have people vote, and then I can have a chance to go by South by West, I believe, in Texas. Yeah,
South by Southwest.
And perform, and then you could win like 10 G's or something like that. Why not? And I was like, hey, why not? I just threw it out there. So if you see it, vote for your boy.
Yeah, fast, bro. So now with music though, so right now, you have anything new you're gonna put out? Is more like, you just focus on life, fatherhood?
I'm focused on life and fatherhood. I have so much music that I don't really have to do anything. I could just put those music out because, like I said, I wasn't huge or anything like that. Yeah. So people are still actually catching on to what I've done. Even my cousin said that. He was like, damn, cuz, like you dropping music every week. I was going crazy. Yeah, I have a huge catalog, so it's just on SoundCloud. The only thing where I was really lacking in was music videos. You dipped. I didn't know where you was. And then I met up with Negled. Shout out to Negled. I will give him a shout out. He helped me out with music videos. Hitman. He helped me link up with some photographers. He was my engineer. Shout out to Hitman. He's I think he's into gym life now. My dog got swole. But nonetheless, the music is in my DNA. I had actually purchased the beat. I'm working on something. Yeah, it's just the timing is my biggest issue right now.
And then one thing you said, bro, like a lot of us artists go through is that we'll make music, but we don't put it out.
Yeah.
Why do you think that is?
I wish I could tell you the answer. I mean, for me at least, it ain't even about shyness or anything like that. I love my music. I believe my music has substance behind it. I think it's just, for me at least at this moment, it's just timing, man. It's just timing, and then it's funds because I'm still taking care of all the other things. My kids always got something going on. And one of the biggest things I had an issue with, my homeboy would even tell me, he's like, bro, you need to do more music videos. And I was like, because he heard all my music, and he was just like, I was like, what do you mean? He showed me the music video you recorded years ago, Winter. And then he shows me Boise. He's like, look at the difference in your locks. The locks on Winter was like, and my son is in that video. I don't know if you remember. I'm holding my son in the video. My cousin's in there, and I'm holding my son in that video. My locks is like this big. Then you look at Boise, and it's like that long in there.
Big gap.
It's a huge gap. It's like, hold on, you dropped all these tracks. Where's the videos? We don't even. I'm missing visuals like that. But
the good thing is though, nowadays you don't really need a music video per se. You got your phone, bro. You can just do a bunch of vertical reels, bro. Just doing a song. Like a lot of folks blowing up that way nowadays.
That's
bro.
true.
Like a music video, even an album, dog, really good for your core audience.
But I'm gonna keep it real with you. The mother of my kids can attest to it. I was kind of a little bit, I would say, camera shy to get on there, because she would try to throw me out there. I was like, oh man, I don't want to do that because I wasn't so much into social media yet. I was a quiet guy at school. I'm an observer. I told you I'm an introvert. I learned all these things later on in life. But some people who did know me, even though I was to myself, you knew I would crack a joke. You know, there's a lot of people that would be like, he quiet, but you get him going, he gonna start cracking and having fun. But it just took me a while to embrace who I am and then now share the gift. So now what really helped me was becoming a trainer for telecommunications, because now I had to sit in front of 30 individuals, 40 individuals and speak. You know what I mean? And it made me realize I could do this. You know, because hold on, I was scared to do it on the phone, but here I am talking live. These people are literally looking at me, and I have to explain to them how cell phone towers work. how frequency works. And I'm going in on them. I'm explaining it.
Yeah.
That's when I also realized the power of my voice. This is bringing everything to full circle. This is making me understand why Mr. Spence said, I want you to do the choir.
Fact.
My voice has a certain tone to it.
Yeah.
When I record some music, I've been to some nice studios where big celebrities been to, and I've seen engineers who are not working on my project come and go. And you know, I'm not saying this out of vanity or nothing, but then they go, you know, where you from? And you know, I'm from here. I'm Floridian, but I don't sound like a Floridian. You can kind of hear the Caribbean-ish, and you know, I just sound. A lot of people don't even know I'm Haitian. Some people look at me. I've had this one girl walk up on me and go. She just stared at me. And she was like, "What are you?" She asked me straight up, "What am I?" Because the locks make her think I'm Jamaican, but the facial features say something else. And I'm like, I'm Haitian. She's like, you don't got nothing else? I'm like, nah. Pure Haitian.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So.
Man, but me overall, fam, look, whenever you do get back to it, you put out some songs, you already know. You got my support, fam, as always.
Absolutely.
Even from way back, like I said, when we sit, when I found out you was rapping, I said, bro, let's connect, bro. We did the video, bro. Got a lot of love.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Got a lot of love. I enjoyed doing that. That moment, that was great. And the good thing is, bro, as you get older, you can look back, bro, your son was in it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You can and he's 12 years old.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that's one thing that a lot of folks don't really realize. Bro, when you make art, it's like a time machine.
Yep.
You know what I mean? You can go back in time and see how you were, where your mind was at, and see how, you know, like whether it's music video or music itself, or film, even this podcast, it's the time machine right now.
Yeah. We're recording something that might be seen 20, 30 years down the line.
Exactly. Because not even your kids, when they get old, they could play this back like, oh, wow, this was dad.
Yeah.
This is our dad. Dad really cared and loved us and really like represent us to the fullest. You know what I mean? So I like to say, bro, as we get older, the art can die out easily. That's within us. Yeah. Because we got life, we got bills, we got kids, we got X, Y, and Z. It's hard to maintain that art fire. Yeah. So, and this is why we need that brotherhood, bro. You know what I'm saying? Brotherhood of kings, just kind of support each other, not just in life, but also in what you love to do. Yes. Right? So whether it's like music or film or whatever it is that you like to do, entrepreneurship, let's build that brotherhood where we can support one another, bro. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
so that's why
absolutely.
I'm very grateful you came out here and be on the podcast, because you didn't have to, but you still came through and show love. And I just think you was also open and honest, be very vulnerable. Absolutely. And so to me, that's what I mean when I say support one another, dog. Yeah, so, man. Good looking out, my guy.
Anytime, brother.
You know what I mean? Anytime. So before you go, man, tell me how to get at you, what's the platform to reach you in X, Y, Z.
Everything is too simple. Everything's very easy to find me. EB Medastin. So EB_Medastin. Whether it's Facebook or Instagram, those are the only two social media platforms I'm on. I can't do all the other ones. There's too many going on.
It's a lot going on.
Yeah, I can't focus on that stuff. And yeah, man. And I sell cars too. Yeah. I'm at Greco Ford on Federal Highway. I know y'all probably catch my stories. I make it happen as best I can. Whether your credit challenge, your credit's good, doesn't matter. Remember I was telling you that? I treat everybody the same. I don't care if you're at the top of the chain or you're on the bottom.
Yeah, one thing I could vouch for, man, like that's, I know it's been for a long time. He mean that. Like he showed everybody love. I think that's why a lot of us show you a lot of respect, because when you give respect, you earn respect. When you show love, you gain love. So when you just being true to yourself, absolutely, you get that same in return around you, fam. Absolutely. So, man, congrats on being a father.
Thank you,
3 kids, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to all your kids, man. You feel me?
Elijah, Ellie, and Essence. Goes my heart.
For sure, man. And once again, man, I'm glad y'all stopped by and watched this amazing episode. This your boy, B the CEO. You just watch B.O.K. Don't forget to like, share, comment, subscribe. And as always, when life get hard, just kick back, relax. Everything on B.O.K.